All right, everyone. We have made it. We're doing game 40 of Jeopardy for the SNES. That's right, we've made it to game 40. And so far, in 39 games, we have accumulated $2,745,194. Will we be closer to $3 million this game? Let's find out.
Jeopardy!
I meant to pick that other guy I always pick. So let's try it again. I mean, I would have played as that guy, but I like to play as the same guy every time. Him, yeah. There we go. Those are the opponents I wanted. Let's play.
Here are the categories.
For this 40th game, the Jeopardy round categories are psychology, rock and roll, kiddie literature, baseball, resorts, and we'll close it out with potluck. All right. We'll keep the categories, and I'll start with baseball for 100, please.
The answer is...
During the McCarthy era, this team changed its name to Redlegs for the Boston Red Sox. We'll go with baseball for 200, please.
The answer is...
As of 1990, he held the record for the most lifetime hits. Who is Pete Rose? Baseball 300.
The answer is...
The ballpark institution, which seems to have died out with the advent of women's lib. What is Ladies' Day? Baseball 400.
The answer is...
As of 1990, the state with 5 Major League Baseball teams. What is California? I'll go with baseball for 500.
The answer is...
Famed pitcher Denton Young's name was a shortened version of this violent storm. What's a cyclone? There we go. Okay. Let's have Kitty Literature 100.
The answer is...
After the ogre turned himself into one of these, Puss in Boots ate him. What is a mouse? Kitty Literature 200. All. He was born and bred in a briar patch. Who is Brer Rabbit? Or could it be Peter Rabbit? Born and bred in a briar patch. I'm going to change my answer and say who is Brer Rabbit. It's Brer Rabbit! I should have stuck with it! Ugh. I'll bounce back. Kitty Literature 300.
The answer is...
In the Hans Christian Andersen tale, she was born inside a tulip-like flower. Who's Thumbelina? I knew I should have gone with Brer Rabbit, but my gut instinct led me astray. Kitty Literature 400.
The answer is...
One version says she slept in the hearth, another that she used to sit in the chimney corner. Who is Cinderella? Kitty Literature 500.
The answer is...
Where 3 darling children and Peter Pan always, always fly. What is Never Never Land? Man, I can't believe I blew it on the Daily Double because I didn't trust my original gut instinct. There we go. Okay, let us have potluck 100.
The answer is...
Along with Roquefort, this creamy French cheese is also called the king of cheeses. What is Brie? Potluck 200.
The answer is...
Type of camel that's in a box of Nabisco animal crackers. What is a Bactrian? Let's have potluck for 300, please.
The answer is
City mentioned in the song I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. What is London? Potluck for 400.
the answer is
Section of the New Sunday New York Times that's also sold as a separate magazine. What is the book review? Let's have a potluck for 500.
the answer is
In 1967, when Queen Elizabeth knighted Francis Chichester, she used this explorer's sword. Who is Sir Francis Drake? There we go. I'd like to go with psychology for
the answer
100.
is
A bad one is biting your fingernails. A good one is calling mom once a week. What is a habit? Psychology for 200.
the answer is
This type of trait is the opposite of a dominant one. What is recessive? $300, please.
the answer
Psychology
is
for 300, I should say. One who suffers from periods of depression alternating with periods of extreme excitement. What is a manic depressive? Psychology for 400.
the answer is
The common name for somnambulism. What is sleepwalking? $500.
the answer is
The ego resolves conflicts between this and the superego. What is the id? Well done in that category. Resorts 100.
the answer is
Since 1942, U.S. presidents have had access to this resort. And Rob beat me to the buzzer. Camp David, which is correct. Rob's up to $100, and where does he go now? Rock and roll for 100.
the answer is
These girls were a comic punk novelty act before they got the beat. And Sue locked me out. The Go-Go's, yep. Resorts 200.
the answer is
This worldwide French resort chain also owns a cruise ship. What is Club Med? Resorts for 300, please.
the answer is
Furnace Creek is the appropriate name of the California resort located here. What is Death Valley? Resorts for 400.
the answer is
Honeymooners are partial to these picturesque Pennsylvania mountains featuring over 300 resorts. What are the Poconos? Resorts for 500.
the answer is
Camp David, the presidential retreat, was named for this grandson of a president. And Rob locked me out. David Eisenhower, yep, I knew that one. Rob has $600. All that's left is rock and roll trivia.
the answer is
Waylon Jennings was once a member of this, Buddy Holly's backup group. For the Crickets. That's wrong? Or did I misspell it? I think I may have misspelled it. Ugh. I think I misspelled it. Dang it. 300.
The answer is.
She was once a beach boy, along with her husband, Daryl Dragon. Who's Tony Tennille? $400.
The answer is.
Before Sarah Smile, they met by sharing an elevator to escape a gang fight. Who are Hall & Oates? Now the last clip.
The answer is.
Year in the 1950s when the Beatles were formed. What is 1959? Puts me at $6,100. Rob 600. Sue 300. Double Jeopardy's about to start.
Here are the categories.
For Double Jeopardy, the categories are 1960, the 19th century, P's and Q's, note this both letters in quotation marks, sweets. Starts with the letter U, and landmarks. Alright. Let's get going. Double Jeopardy. Starts with U for 200.
The answer is.
A monocycle. What is a unicycle? Starts with U for 400.
The answer is.
Howard, Emory, and Rice, among others. What is a university? What are universities? Starts with U for 600.
The answer is.
A final proposition or demand made by one of two negotiating parties. What is an ultimatum? Starts with U for 800.
The answer is.
In psychology, the part of the mind that rarely has awareness. What is the unconscious? Starts with U 1000.
The answer is.
Formerly called Urga, it's the capital of Mongolia. Oh, Sue, you had the unmitigated gall to lock me out. Ulaanbaatar, yep. Ah, boop. Sue's up to 1300. Let's see where she goes. 1960 for 200.
The answer is.
The U.S. won gold in this Olympic event with Oscar Robertson and Jerry West. And Rob locked me out, too. Basketball, yep. Sweets for 200.
The answer is.
The joy of cooking recipe for these makes about 8 5-inch long fat men or 16 thinner ones. What are gingerbread men? Sweets for 400.
The answer is.
These desserts can be Indian, cottage, cabinet, or rice. What are puddings? Sweets for 600.
The answer is.
Pastry chefs know that sugar is mixed with these to make meringue. What are egg whites? Sweets for 800. All in. Try again. Pralines are most commonly made with this nut. What is the pecan? Sweets 1000.
The answer is
The part of Great Britain best known for its shortbread. What is Scotland? There we go. 1960, 400.
The answer is
Lerner and Loewe musical that provided the theme for the Kennedy years. What is Camelot? $1960 for 600, please.
The answer is
He supplied the key to the Oscar-winning apartment. Who's Jack Lemmon? $1960 for 800.
The answer is
Sedentary demonstration against lunchroom segregation. What is a sit-in? $1,000. 1960.
The answer is
The Commoner Princess Margaret married. Who's Anthony Armstrong Jones? That's good for $1,000. All right. I'll have let's have landmarks 200.
the answer is
On the Vienna memorial to this composer, the figures represent his 9 symphonies. Rob locked me out. Ludwig von Beethoven, I knew that one, but too late. So Rob goes up to $1,000, and where does he go?
the answer is
3.5 years after he was buried in New Orleans, Jefferson Davis was reburied in this state capital. What is... I'll just say, what is Richmond, Virginia? That's right. 19th century for 400.
the answer is
In 1882, Charles J. Guiteau was hanged for assassinating this man. Who is James Garfield? $800, please, for or $600. The 19th
the answer
century.
is
He wrote his first operetta, Prince Ananias, in 1894, 16 years before Naughty Marietta. Rob. He doesn't know. Sue doesn't know either. Victor Herbert. The 19th century for 800, please.
the answer is
This ornate art style featuring flowing, curving lines flourished in the late 1800s. Rob. Art Nouveau. Oh, yeah, that's right. '19th century 1000.
the answer is
While trying to solve the slavery problem in 1850, he said, "I would rather be right than president." Who is Henry Clay? $24,000. Landmarks for 400.
the answer is
You have to lie down on top of a castle and hang your head over the wall if you want to kiss this. What's the Blarney Stone? Landmarks for is 600. I'm going to go all in again. In the 1830s, part of this palace became a museum dedicated to all the glories of France. What is Versailles? Landmarks 800, yeah.
the answer is
The coronation throne of England is in the chapel of Edward the Confessor in this building. What is Westminster Abbey? Or I'll stick with it. Landmarks 1000.
The answer is
This museum by the Hudson houses the Metropolitan Museum's collection of medieval art. Sue. The cloisters, yep. P's and Q's, 200.
the answer is
In area, it's New York City's largest borough. What is Queens? $400.
the answer is
Technically, this is a trademark name for table tennis. What is ping pong? $600.
the answer is
The tails of this airline's planes all sport kangaroos. What is Qantas? $800.
the answer is
On a typewriter, Elite type gives you 12 characters per inch, while this type gives you 10. What is Pika? Last clue.
the answer is
This author of Boris Godunov is widely viewed as the greatest Russian poet of all time. Who is Alexander Pushkin? So I have $52,600, Sue $1,700, Rob $1,200, and it's time for Final Jeopardy. The 41st game will be coming soon. Final Jeopardy category for this game is U.S. states. The state has more earthquakes than the other 49 combined. Alaska. And once again, we get the maximum allowed, which now brings me up to $2,845,193. We are now well over $2.8 million.
the final Jeopardy answer is
Once again, in 40 games, I've accumulated $2,845,193. A lot of money. Rob got it right. Sue got it right. And I did too. See you all for the next video, everybody.